Social media giant Meta says it will reinstate former President Donald Trump's Facebook and Instagram accounts in the coming weeks. Trump was suspended from Facebook one day after the January 6th attack on the Capitol. His Twitter account was also reinstated in November, but he hasn't posted anything there yet. Let's bring in CBS News political director Finn Gomez to talk more about this. So, Finn, this means that the former president will now be back on Facebook and Twitter, two platforms that he used in his previous presidential campaigns. What does that mean for his 2024 campaign?
Well, great question, Vlad. We still don't know if the former president will go back on these social media platforms. It's still a sense of they haven't decided yet. His campaign hasn't decided yet. However, we do know CBS News learned about a week ago that a Trump lawyer sent a letter to Meta asking for the suspension to be lifted and for him to have access back to these accounts on Facebook and Instagram. One key political point is, of course, he used Twitter and mainly during his years at the White House and while he was a candidate in 2016. Facebook was another platform that he did use, but it was mainly Twitter that he used that caused some of this controversy as well, especially around the January 6th Capitol attack. However, on a political front, one of the aspects that my colleague Musaddiq Badar pointed out is that these platforms are used for fundraising, and they specifically target perhaps an older voter demographic that still uses social media extensively, and of course it's again a platform to raise money, which allows the Trump campaign to use this for that function. So that's something to watch as well.
That makes a lot more sense, actually, because Facebook is probably the largest social media platform, and it kind of is set up very well for fundraising. Twitter is not. In fact, he hasn't really been back on Twitter because he has his own Twitter-like social media platform, so he probably can't go back on Twitter. But on Truth Social, he has been sort of responding to this change. What did he have to say? Or you don't tweet on Truth Social. What do? Post. I guess you post.
I guess you post, I think is the accurate term. But yeah, the campaign didn't have any official response specifically, but when we did ask and we did talk to representatives of the Trump campaign, they said look to his comments on Truth Social. Of course, on his platform, his own platform, he said that such a thing, the suspension should never again happen to a sitting president or anybody else who's not deserving of retribution. So he has responded. Again, no clear indicator whether he will be using these platforms again, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But a lot of people here at the RNC winter meetings, the people that did speak to about that said that they suspect that he will be coming back to those platforms.
All right, let's talk about Republican Senator Rick Scott, who announced today that he will run for re-election in 2024. What are you hearing?
So Rick Scott was one of these Republicans, Vlad, that was rumored. There were rumblings within the party that he was considering a run, and I know that people close to him confirmed that there was this consideration of a potential White House run. However, he is announcing today. CBS News can confirm that he will be running for re-election of his current Senate seat in Florida. Scott, of course, was the NRSC chairman during the midterms, these past November midterms. The NRSC is the political arm of Senate Republicans. There has been some internal criticism from people like Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell and others over the quote candidate equality issue that persisted on the Republican front during the November midterms, and also some criticism directed towards Scott. However, Scott is a prolific and prodigious fundraiser. He has not lost any races in Florida, and overall that does bode well for the Republican landscape of this 2024 Senate cycle.
All right, Finn Gomez, thank you very much, Finn.
Thanks, guys.